All right, folks, this is Hard Hat Conversations. Today is Monday, April 7th, 2025. I'm your host, Rich, and I'm stationed here in beautiful Cleveland, Ohio. All right, folks, let's get right into the show right away. I'd like to thank everybody for joining me today, listening. Please like, subscribe, and even comment if you can. Those subscriptions get up. That mean you like what I'm saying. Share it with your family and friends. You're going to agree with some things and you're going to disagree with some things. But I'm going to tell you one thing you're going to do today. You're going to learn something. Because most of our stuff is, I'm going to say 100% of our stuff is factual information. If you don't believe what I say, you can always look it up, folks, okay? So let's get into the show. If you watch my show before, I like to go to my notes, folks. So the first thing I got to do, the hot topic today, I got to talk about Donald Trump real quick, and the tariffs, TT, Trump tariffs. Just going to give you a little example. I talked about it before, folks. Like I said, I'm not no economist or no scholar, or I don't have 8 master degrees, but I do have one thing that a lot of them lack right now is common sense. So I'm gonna give you my little bit of common sense, my little 2 cents, and you can also give your little 2 cents when you like, subscribe, or comment. Give your 2 cents. You vote. Everybody got a right to their own opinion. There's no right or wrong. We're just trying to get some solution here, folks. Right? This is a show about solutions. This is hard hat conversations coming at you hard. Let's do it. Okay. Came home from work today. Saw Trump and the Prime Minister of Israel. I'm gonna butcher his name, Netanyahu. They was talking. Israel said they're gonna capitulate. That means they gonna work with Trump. They're gonna get rid of their tariffs on American goods that come into Israel, and we're gonna try to play on the even field. They gonna win, and we gonna win, and that's how it should be, folks. That's the start. We help Israel out a lot. So now Israel's coming to our defense to help us. That's why he's signing up with Donald Trump to help him with these tariffs, because we done gave Israel billions of dollars too as well, just like we did all those other countries. So I think they'll be coming in line, hopefully, folks. One other thing too, folks, I hope we didn't open up a Pandora box. And what I mean by that, let me go to the definition of Pandora box, folks. I'm going to have to go to my phone for this. It sounds like this, folks. Pay attention. Pandora box. To do something that's unintentionally causes a lot of problems or troubles that you did not expect. That's opening up a Pandora box. We do that a lot in our everyday lives, folks. It could be anything. But also, when you open up Pandora box, it's going to bring some problems. But at the end of the day, you hope that the problems become solutions, come helpful answers to what problems, the reason why we open up Pandora box. Because the reason we open up Pandora box is to try to get some help. We're trying to find out, will this work this time? Will this work? So all these things that President Trump is doing, and like I said, I don't agree with everything. Some things I agree with. And this is one thing I really do agree with. It makes common sense. Like I said, I'm not an economist or nothing, but if you have certain percentage on one country, 30%, and then you have only 10%, who's winning? The 30% is winning. That's easy math right there. So I think we need to bring it down to an even kill. The only fear I have is, folks, that, like I said, we're gonna open up Pandora box, and I don't see us going backwards. I hope I'm wrong, folks. I hope we can go back to the days of you can have a fourth grade education and just jump from one decent paying job to another where you can buy a home and a car and raise a family. I just wish we can go back to some of those job opportunity days. We can just leave from one job to another. You didn't need no uh, college degree to make a decent living in America. Now, if you wanted the college degree, that means you want to make a lot of money and be somewhat rich, which is fine with that, folks. But now it doesn't come to the point where you're either on welfare or you're rich, because the middleman He's making the wheel turn. He's that spoke in the middle, that lug nut that holding on everything from both sides. And you have the poor pulling him on one side and the rich pulling him on the other side. And he's in the middle sustaining both. The middleman is middle class is sustaining both of them. And we just can't do it because our numbers are dwindling. They're down because of tariffs and a lot of other bad policies that presidents and governments have done in the past. They let our jobs go. We become a service industry. McDonald's, Amazon, what else? All them other service jobs. We just can't make a decent living off of that. Most people are stressed out and not making enough money. Healthcare has risen high. So we didn't have all that problems back then, with families. When you didn't have no education, just barely could read and write, and you can go get you a decent job. And also, folks, I think with the tariffs, that's what I said. Hopefully, I don't know. We open up Pandora's box. Like I said, we don't know what a Pandora's box is going to bring us. We know it's going to start. We're going to start off with a lot of trouble. It's going to be a market that go up and down. It's always go up and down, but when you do something like this, folks, it really goes down and up sharply. So we just got to see if we can weather the storm. And I tell you one other common sense thing, folks. Just say it fails. Then it fails. Then we go back to scratch. But we got to try to change something, folks, because, like I said, the middle class is down, and we can't sustain the rich and the poor. We can't do it no more. Those type of jobs are not here. Those $30, $40 an hour jobs are not here to sustain. So they have to do something. So, like I said, hopefully if that happens, it'll cut the crime down a little bit, bring back neighborhoods and families like it used to be. I'm hoping, folks. I don't see it, but I'm hoping because we got a lot of stuff that's going on. We got to fight this disease called individuality, folks. The Hollywood, the rap music, the rock music, all the influencers out there, the products and stuff. Everything is individuality. Even the church preaches individuality. Make your own money, make your way. Everything is individuality. There's no more family. There's no more love. There's nothing, folks. So everybody is just like that. What I said before, if you listen to my podcast before, it's that rip and tear syndrome, just wilding out. Everybody just doing their own thing. And you can't maintain a society when there's too many individuals. We have to become closer as one in doing stuff so it won't be no chaos. So hopefully those things I mentioned, like bring back the family, cut crime down, have people some self-pride in the country, the United States, less people dependent on government, the more people on government, what that happens, less individuality, and hopefully that'll work. So we'll talk about the tariffs some more because that's all we're going to see. Because we're going to have other people, other news stations talk about, look at it, it's down. They know stuff like that take patience. It took time for us to build up to get into this mess with these high prices. So it's not going to go away like a magic wand. Money don't work that way. Stocks don't work that way. But if I tell you this, if you're not too scared, this is a good time to buy some stocks. Even if you don't know some stocks, go to Cash App, Acorn, little stuff like that. Buy a few dollars here and there while everything is down right now. And start studying a little bit. Get you some Bitcoin as well. Go to Coinbase app. Get you some Bitcoin and stuff like this. There's so many different coins out there. Everything is down. So that when everything is down, that means everything is cheap. So whatever it is, jump on it right away while it's down. Pepsi stock, Coke stock, Walmart stock. Look up the stocks that used to be up and really down. Just Google it on your own phone. What stocks are down at this time? You may recognize some of those companies. You probably spend your money at a lot of those companies. Check it out and buy some of their stock. Check your job out. It depends on where you work at. Get some of their stock because I know it's down. But these are things that's going to happen, folks. But you're going to have a lot of people on the news that try to scare you and stuff. And if it don't work, it just don't work, right? We got to try something, folks. We need more good paying jobs. We need more neighborhoods to come back. We need more families to come back. We need some more enjoyment in life. We don't need to just be going to work and just paying bills, be like zombies. That's why you get a lot of crime, a lot of depressed people out here. So let's work on that, folks, and let's hope that it works out for America. And ain't nothing wrong with being proud of America. Every country you go to got a skeleton in the closet. Every country you go to got history, bloodshed, everything. Europe full of blood. So don't just beat up on America. Racism, everything's out there. We know it is. But the only way we can defeat that is what? Come together and keep fighting. That's the only way we can defeat stuff like that. So let's keep it going, folks. Let's love one each other and keep going. All right, folks. Let me look at my notes. One more other thing in the national news. May 7th is the deadline for the real ID. Like your driver's license or the ones that don't have a driver's license. That real ID, you got to have that new star that's at the top of your ID. Look at your ID or driver's license. If you don't have that star, they saying May 7th is the last day. You have to bring in all kind of documents because if you don't have that star on your driver's license and use that as an ID, they're going to turn you away. You can't even fly around in the United States. If you don't believe me, Google it. May 7th, you got to have that real ID with that Texas star on it with a circle around it. You got to have that. You have to have that, folks. So check that out. Look at your IDs. Look at your driver's license. All right. I'm going to go back local around the Cleveland area real quick, folks. I'm going to circle around. Last week, I was down in the county, sick again a little bit. I don't know if they making this stuff, but I got sick again for a couple of days, still healing a little bit. I don't know, man. That's another subject we need to talk about. Is they making this stuff in the lab again to get us sick on purpose? But we'll talk about that later. Bashir Jones was a councilman here. He got convicted last week. Defraud over, I think, around $200,000. We talked about this before. I think he's around 40-ish years old and stuff. Had a nice, promising career. Used to listen to him on the radio a while ago. And it shows you how the mighty can fall. He was building up, ran for mayor, everything. Lost the mayor race, but was building up and everything. But let a few dollars get to him. It can happen, folks. It can happen. So you have to be careful. Some of us are stronger than others, folks. So he's been convicted. I forgot what they're gonna give him, but he got what he deserved. Hate to hear that, but it's the truth. Lost the public trust, stole the money, and got to pay the piper. Another thing I want to talk about. I should have stayed worldwide, but hey, the food poisoning, folks. And stuff in our product, we gotta have a show on that. I saw a report. Let me look at my notes. I think it was Johnsonville sausage. A lot of plastic in it, folks. Plastic, folks, in the meat. I don't know. We don't have enough, and don't blame it on Trump. He fired all the inspectors. It wasn't enough inspectors in the first place. But these all jokes aside, these food places got to be accountable. The way the news reported it, like it was no big deal. Like they always, when they say, "Oh, another killing, another shooting in Cleveland, another shooting in Detroit, Chicago, New York, big deal." That's how they reporting the food contamination now, because it's every month is something. We got to start suing these companies. Got to start shutting these places down. Hitting them in the wallet, man, because they got it's the norm. Plastic in Johnsonville sausages. And then here's the crazy part: if you consumed it, and whatever you didn't consume, bring it back, get a no, I want a bigger refund. How about that? I don't want my $5 back. I want $500,000 because you could have killed me with that plastic. That's what I want. Maybe you'll inspect your equipment more often. You start getting hit with a $500,000 fine. Johnsonville sausage and the rest of you clowns out there that's serving this food to the American citizens. That's what I say. Don't get me started. Another thing real quick in Cleveland, West Park used to be a beautiful neighborhood trying to hold on. A lot of cars break in. Don't know who doing it. Don't know if it's a group from out of town, nearby city or whatever. Don't know their ages, but the MO look like a lot of teenagers and young men. If they teenagers, when they catch the teenager, they need to take the guardian, whoever supposed to be watching them, lock them up right next to them, and when they pay the fine, they both get out on probation. How's that, folks? I bet you that slow that down. And if the teenager don't want to listen to the adult or whatever, then keep the teenager in there and let the adult out so they can go back to work and pay some taxes. How's that, folks? Getting sick of this place. These people got to lay their head down somewhere and start snatching them up. We're afraid of these little thugs breaking in people's cars. They got to go to work and pay their bills. Come on, police. Come on, governor. Come on, mayor. Come on, city councils. Let's get on this. These are hard-working people paying these city taxes. Paying all these taxes. These thugs that's breaking in these cars ain't paying nothing. Let's do something. Let's get real. All right, and one more thing, the sports. Cleveland sports. I'm worried about my Cavaliers. I've been saying that for the longest. I'm going to make some people mad, but I don't think they got enough. I hope they make me wrong, but I don't think they got enough on that team, but we'll see. The Guardians starting off slow. Let's get it together. I know they like warm weather, but hey, you got to fight it out, Guardians. And also the Browns, the draft coming up this month, end of this month. They need to select that defensive end, L.J. McCray from Florida, and they need to get that quarterback, Jalen Milroe from Alabama. Let's do it, Browns. I don't think they're going to cost you that much money. Let's do it. What do you got to lose? You spent enough money. Could have had 10 players for that 200-something million. Let's do it. This is Hard Hat Conversations. I'm going to see you again later on this week. Everybody have a peaceful night. I'm out. Bye.